Creating illustration that serves no purpose other than to satisfy a personal impetus was the organic origin behind Girls in Their Undies Vs Zombies. It's B-movie fodder, and I drew like I was capturing a scene from a comic book or storyboard. What did these guys do when they were alive? How is each girl responding to the crisis? Why are they all in their underwear?
I've always been a fan of zombies and zombie films, but up until now, after being in the business for about 20 years, I've never really tried to do a zombie makeup. That's what led me to Massgrfx illustrations and going, yeah, well, that looks proper. Let's have a go at that.
Back in 2013, Bill pulled out these 6 drawings and asked me what I thought of them. And there's zombies, a lot of blood, a lot of brains. Generally, pretty cool.
So being a makeup effects artist, there's always going to be interest in zombies, monsters, aliens. Zombies top of the list, really.
And he sort of said, well, look, how do you fancy trying to make them real? Without even really thinking about it, how long it would take and how much was really involved, said yes.
At the beginning of the whole thing, in my head, I've got to break it all down. Model make, prosthetics, makeup, costume. My main concern was getting a retoucher as well on board, because there was going to be a lot of work to do, putting all these images together.
So at that point we talked to Happy Finish and met with V and talked to him really about how we were going to just bring every single little element together.
They came into Happy Finish and asked if anyone was interested in jumping on this project, because this is a project that they've put together. There's no real budget for it or anything other than doing it for the love of the idea. So once they came in, I heard the word zombie as I was walking past, and I had to stop, ask them what the hell was going on, and took it from there, really.
Those 6 shots are already broken down to the smallest detail. That makes Jesse's job a lot easier, makes V's job a lot easier.
There was a lot of experimentation that went on at the beginning.
Basically, we decided just to try one, see if the concept was going to work.
Before they actually started shooting the talent in situ, they did a lot of concept tests, which I then got hold of and played around with, because we didn't want to veer too far away from the illustrations.
As we were doing the first one, it became pretty clear that it was going to work. We were on the verge of coming up with a formula, so how we're shooting the talent separately and all of the different bits separately, and just carried on like that.
But once I got hold of them and started to experiment, the 3 of us developed this look together.
For the overall feel of the shots was quite clear, and we wanted to do as much as we could in camera. In fact, we didn't want to use any CG at all.
The important thing for the project was to do everything in camera. So Jesse's got it all, and then V can see it as a whole.
Every blood splatter, every piece of brain, every eyeball, every wound, we wanted to get.
That's the essence of the project, is to keep it real, old school.
Working with the illustrations as the starting point, you kind of need to have that symbiosis between the prosthetic artist, the photographer, and the retoucher.
Because of being a makeup effects artist, you want to make everything for it. You don't want to rely on 3D modelling, and you want to make everything, which is the right way to do it.
Ultimately, everything was either prosthetics or photography, but then obviously brought together with the retouching. I try everything on my phase 1, which is medium format camera, which is just my general workhorse, and I love all the lenses, love the way it feels.
So on the day, the makeup procedure would be applying the prosthetics, taking colour out of their skin, breaking up the skin with purples and reds, and just showing that internal horrible disease.
From a lighting point of view, generally use the old strobe equipment, and I didn't see any reason to change that for this.
Working out what I had to build, makeup-wise, prosthetic-wise. There are zombie bites, there are boils, there are scabs, there are puncture holes, ripped skin, there's a gash for a leg, a detachable zombie jaw with tongue. There's zombie eyes that are made separately to be retouched in. Chunks of flesh, brains, there's a zombie face, of Paul Warren, who's the baseball bat zombie. There's his stump as well. There's also the innards and guts that go into that stump, the spine, heart, kidneys, intestines. I have to do that because if I don't do it and wing it on the day, it'd be no good.
Bill builds all the things that need to be built, all the prosthetics, all the blood and gore. Jesse puts all of that together in the photography, and then everything is passed on to me and I stitch it all together.
During the shoot, there's always touch-ups here and there, and there's always blood to put in mouths to be spat out. And it's always nice to add blood as you go along. What was important for the models on the day was to act like zombies, and really good zombies, and to help them out on that was, I was gladly jumped in and showed them how to do a bit of zombie work.
Bill and Jesse must have had an amazing time of it with an amazing team of creatives. A side-by-side comparison of my drawing to their finished photograph delivers an enjoyable experience. First you capture the broad strokes of the picture, and then the details grab you. The time and mastery that went into those prosthetics I can only imagine.
After each shoot day, we'd sit down and pick out our selects and had to sort of try and pick the ones that really not just sort of kind of work, but really, really do work, and the interactions between all of the different elements. And once we've done that, then we'd send all those frames, the full frames, not just the parts, but full resolution frames, off to V at Happy Finish.
So all the parts that aren't actually put on as makeup on the actors, that's like, for instance, the zombie head here, that's for me to comp into the scene.
Not only is he a fantastic retoucher, but he's also a total zombie fan.
And what I love about zombies is that they can be anything that you hate about society. Imagine what you would do in that situation. How do you survive? Where do you survive? How do you evade millions of these killers out there? It's just totally fascinating, and the stories are endless.
So being passionate about something you like, zombies, when you're sitting there with V, retouching it, who is also passionate about zombies, and at the end of that day, looking at everything on the screen, it's brilliant.
He's been accepting all of our different brain shots and blood shots and eyeballs with total glee and tirelessly put into each zombie.
The thing that makes this completely different to the other projects is that the photography supports the illustrations, but they're an evolution of the illustrations. And I think that with that evolution, there's a beauty to these as a finished piece of artwork. Yeah, because it doesn't look like anything that's out there.
I knew I was going to see awesome, but I did not expect to see the level of awesome at the completed series. From Turpin and Seaward's work, I can see the movie in my head, and I can only wonder, why hasn't this movie come out yet?
It's been a real epic project. At the time, you feel like there's an element of luck, but we just put so many production days into it and so much effort into it that it was just really nice for it to pay off with a really cool series of images.
Working with Bill and Jesse has been a dream, really, because they've listened to me as a retoucher and asked what I need in order to make this project gel together.
I'm overwhelmed with finished piece because the hard work from everyone has really paid off. I couldn't be more thankful for the models, makeup team, costumes, breaking down costumes. I'm just really happy.
What I've got out of this project is a new lease of love on zombies. Just seeing the actual possibilities out there, the physical possibilities out there, working with a prosthetic artist and a photographer that love the genre just as much as I do has been a joy, really. Yeah.
It's been brilliant. I love it. I love it. It's all been brilliant. There's no other word I can use.
It's been so diverse. We met so many people, worked with so many people that it's just been great fun. And to have at the end of it a really nice series of images that we can all be really, really proud of has made the whole thing really, really worthwhile.